Hello! If you have been on this channel for a little bit, you know who I am. But if you're the professor of my American poetry class, which is what this video is for, then you don't know who I am. I'm Mackenzie, and I am going to be a senior at Arizona State. I'm studying journalism and I'm minoring in art history. So one of the prompts for this vlog is why I'm interested in American poetry. I am taking this class to make up a credit, but I'm also really interested in poetry. I recently got interested when I found Andrea Gibson through some random course of events. So I found her, and then I got into slam poetry and performance poetry and all of that, and it kind of snowballed into this interest slash obsession. So that's kind of what I'm into right now. I'm more into the contemporary stuff that's like online and on YouTube. With this first unit, I was so excited to be reading Emily Dickinson because I read a lot of her in middle school on my own. So I was really happy with that, and I love her. She's one of my favorite writers of all time. So that was cool. And obviously I'm so interested in poetry that I had this book, which by coincidence has Song of Myself by Walt Whitman, so #nerd. I also have the collected poems of Emily Dickinson, so that was lucky, and I am very glad about that. Except it doesn't have the poem which I will be reading for this video. So if you're a random viewer, you are supposed to read one of the poems from our assignment and kind of talk about why we chose it and how we relate to it, so here we go. Tell all the truth, but tell it slant. Success in circuit lies, too bright for our infirm delight, the truth's superb surprise, as lightning to the children eased, with explanation kind. The truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind. I really liked this poem just from the first line because it's kind of, if you think about it, it relates to a lot of things we see in everyday life, especially political ads. If you're telling the truth but you're kind of spinning it, and people will tell you that journalists do that too, which is not true because I don't do it. And I also really liked the last two lines, the truth must dazzle gradually or every man be blind. I kind of took that to mean the truth in its entirety can be really overwhelming and too much for people, and that's the excuse we use when we tell little white lies to kind of cushion the blow thing. I guess you can also take it in a way that's you learn on your own, and it's this kind of eureka moment when you discover the full truth, or you finally know how something works, or what's the reason behind why someone did something. I also really liked the part about explaining lightning to children as it's thundering and lightning outside. They can't understand that it's all this sciencey, physics stuff. Making it relatable to them makes them less scared. And that's really interesting, and I'm glad she included that in the poem because it's relatable. Everybody has either been told or has told someone that thunder is God bullying. This poem kind of calls us out on what we do every day, which is champion telling the truth and being honest, but maybe don't tell them everything, or maybe keep some things to yourself. It's a weird little juxtaposition that's happening here, but I think that's what makes it so interesting. That was my poem for the first unit of American poetry, and I'm looking forward to reading more and learning more about poets, about poems, about writing, and about literature in general, I guess. So thanks. Alright, bye.